Did you know that needing someone else's acceptance, validation, or opinion is actually a form of giving away your power? It took me a long time to realize this. And then I had to really micromanage every single choice I made to ensure that I was living from my highest self and living my truth through the authenticity of what I was choosing to do. And that had nothing to do with anyone outside of me. If you want to know more, come on in. Hey guys, welcome to Clarity Couture. Lindsay, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here and sharing space with me. I appreciate you. Really quick, if you like the channel, if you love what I say, or like to watch my silly facial expressions I do, please click the like button and subscribe. It lets YouTube know that you think I'm awesome and they should tell other people I'm awesome. All right, today I really wanted to talk about validation and what it means to need validation, or want validation, or someone's opinion, or approval. Every single one of these things requires your permission and your consent before their validation, opinion, or approval is even needed. So before you have even stepped foot into the vicinity with someone where you would think to need their approval or their validation, you've already given them permission to have that over you, to hang that over you as if they were some imaginary teacher grading you. No one has the power to make you feel invalid, unloved, unworthy, wrong without your consent. What is consent? Consent is an agreement, permission for something to happen, to consent to another to look down upon you and attach that to a narrative that you identify with. You have signed an invisible agreement by doing that. We live in a free will universe, meaning that no one being can make any other being do anything against their consent. But if you're unaware that you're giving away your power, that you're consenting to things, well, it's really, really easy for just about anybody to walk all over your self-love because you have given them consent to do so. So today I kind of just want to dive in really quick. It's going to be a quick video today, guys. And I want you to think about the types of limitation that you put on yourself, because consenting to someone else's very low vibrational, probably no creativity way of judging you, having opinions about you, that is in itself a limitation. There are three types of limitations. There's psychological limitation, which is you telling yourself or making yourself think that that limitation is there. There's a skill limitation, which is the lack of knowing something, which is always easily fixable based on learning something and allowing yourself to learn it. Then there's an environmental limitation, which sometimes can seem even worse based on the emotional reaction that goes with the limitation that's being held. So today we're going to focus on the psychological limitations and how we psychologically limit ourselves and give our power away by focusing on others and needing so much to have their approval. When we can focus on the aspect of what we're lacking inside so that we don't need anyone else's approval, that's where the true healing comes in. And it all comes down to breaking down the core beliefs and what those core beliefs really are and why they're in place. When it comes to core beliefs that hold you in limitation, you want to invoke the law of substitution, which is basically taking a unhealthy habit and replacing it with one that is healthier. Now, usually the law of substitution is used in economics, but I like to use it in the form of this because you're replacing one habit that is negative with a habit that is positive. So there's no loss. It just slides right in. It's a substitute. It's a good substitute. All things that we're dealing with are aspects of ourselves. I'll put that video up there. The mirror effect. And so knowing this aspect, you want to think to yourself, okay, so this is a negative habit that I have. This is a self-limiting habit that I seem to have gotten used to doing, and I need to find a way to not do this so that I can fully grow into my greatness. And you want to think, think, okay, so if you are looking outside of yourself, maybe looking at Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and it's causing you to feel less worthy, less loved, less amazing than you are, then you want to go, okay, maybe I'll stop that. And instead of doing this that many times a day or however long you're doing that a day, say, this is a hobby that makes me really, really happy. Find a hobby. Find something that makes you feel joy. Everyone has something different. I'm not even going to start naming things off. I like to eat, but that's not a hobby. That's just fuel. So when finding a hobby that will allow you to replace the need for that external approval, that will replace the ability for someone else to make you feel inferior, that doesn't happen without your consent. That doesn't happen without an invisible agreement and you invisibly saying, all right, I'm going to allow this. I'm going to step out of my power and let you make me feel less than I know I'm worthy of. Being able to replace this habit is literally life-changing. Finding the habits that do not serve you and then doing the opposite of what that habit is usually the best way to reverse a negative habit. And if you weren't aware, your free will determines the quality of your experience, what you're experiencing always. So if you're giving and choosing your free will to give your power to other people, the quality of your experience is not going to be very high. You're not going to like life. You're going to look at people as against you, not realizing that you were the one that gave them permission in the first place. So we want to stop this whole out of power, blaming other people. No one is to blame. We got to align with the responsibility of what our thoughts have gotten us into thus far. Go, okay, that here we are. How are we going to fix it? And we want to do something actively every single day that allows us to go into growth mode, not into lack mode. We don't like lack mode because lack mode is where people complain and get wrinkles and they gotta go get Botox and they can't just love themselves. Alright? With that being said, we're not going to allow anyone else to make us feel inferior about ourselves anymore. Are we? No, we're not. Say it aloud. I'm not letting anyone make me feel inferior a second longer. Good job. That was the first step into taking your power back. Feels pretty good, doesn't it? So for today's affirmation, I am really excited about this affirmation, and you should be too. Your affirmation today is, I am an irresistible magnet for all things that belong to me by divine right. I am an irresistible magnet for all things that belong to me by divine right. I am an irresistible magnet for all things that belong to me by divine right. Now, when you do that, you pull in to you divinely everything that already belongs to you. And a lot of times our limiting beliefs keep us from allowing those things to come in. So when we change up what we're doing and replace it with something better, and then we affirm over and over and over, we've literally shifted timelines. And that's what you're doing. You're shifting timelines from allowing someone else to make you feel inferior and taking back your power. And I'm really proud of you. Just want to let you know that. That's all. That's all there is today. All right, I'm Lindsay with Clarity Couture. Your body is a vehicle for your soul, my friends, so be sure to drive yourselves well. Namaste.